Hey guys, Miss Bro here. Coming to help you with the 6.05 data observation project. So this is the template. Make sure when you're doing the project you are using this template. You can either print it, edit it online like I am, or you can make up your own on a sheet of paper if you do not have a printer or a way to edit this online. Okay, so, oh, actually, you all should be able to edit it online because we all have free Microsoft Word inside of our MyPassCode Connect. So if you do not know how to access that, I will make another video teaching you how to access that, so look for it. So it says do an experiment with 100 trials of flipping 2 coins. If you can't find a coin, you can flip coins virtually here, which is what I'm going to use when we do the coin flip. So we show our work to calculate the theoretical probability, we conduct the experiment, and then we show our work to calculate the experimental probability, and then we're going to compare them. So first thing I'm going to do is conduct my theoretical probability. You do not have to show your work like this, but I am going to show you where I'm coming from. So I'm going to insert a table. Okay, so this is going to be for my first coin. So my first coin is going to have a heads and a tails, right? My second coin is also going to have a heads and a tails. Just going to center these real quick. It's going to bug me. Okay, so coin 1, heads, tails, coin 2, heads, tails. So now if I flip both coins and I get a heads on coin 1 and a heads on coin 2, that will give me a heads heads. If I flip the coins and I get a tails on coin 1 and a heads on coin 2, it'll give me tails heads. And then here if I get a heads and a tails, get heads tails, and then a tails tails. Okay, so this is what we call a probability table. And next week quiz you're going to be asked to make one, so make sure you familiarize yourself. Okay, my possible outcomes, and then my combinations. So my theoretical probability can be written as a fraction, a decimal, or a percent. You can choose. I am going to tell you I do prefer percents when doing this, just because probabilities are usually done in percent, so it makes it a little easier. So heads heads. Well, that happened 1 out of 4 times, so 1/4, which is 25%. So this will be the answer for every person. So all of you guys should have the same numbers for this table. For my tails tails, I see that happened 1 out of 4 times, or again, 25%. To figure out the percentage, I would do 1 divided by 4, which will give me 0.25, which I would then move the decimal place to get 25%. And then my heads tails or tails heads, I see that I had tails heads once and heads tails once, which are really the same exact thing because it's one of each. So that tells me it was 2 out of 4, which is 1/2. And we should all know that 1/2 is 50%. So that's how we do our first box. Now, going to the second box, number 2. We need to go ahead and open up our virtual coin flipper. If you want to do it by hand, you absolutely can. Copy my link. Okay, so this is our coin flipper. It is a penny, it's not a quarter, but a penny has a heads and a tails, just like a quarter, so that's what we're going to flip. And it does flip both at once. What I recommend doing is having a scratch sheet of paper where you make like a heading for each of them, and then just kind of keep a tally. And make sure you're counting to 100. Okay, if you need to go back and count them as you go along to make sure you're getting to that 100, please do that. It's really important to get exactly 100 flips. Okay, so my first time I got 2 tails. Again, I got 2 heads. And that again. Okay, I'm not going to do it 100 times. I've already done it. If you came into my Zooms, you know I do it with you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and use the numbers I've gotten at Zoom. So let's say I had 27 heads heads, 42, heads, tails. Okay. And then 31, heads, tails, or tail heads. Your numbers might be completely different than this. They should be. If you have the exact same numbers, something's fishy. Okay, no copying. So now that we've done our experiment, we need to turn them into percentages. Because this is already out of 100, and since percents are out of 100%, all we have to do is add a percent sign. Ooh. Okay, so now for number 7, it wants me to compare the theoretical and experimental probabilities for each. So I'm going to start with my HH. So for HH, the experimental, theoretical, right? They were very close. My theoretical is 25%. This is 27. They were very, very close. For tails, tails, my experimental again, these might not be the same thing for you. Odds are they won't be. But I'm just describing the relationship. Here, my tails, tails was 25%. Here I got 42. Obviously, that's quite a bit larger, right? And then for my experimental, okay, so there, and it was smaller. Again, please don't use the exact same statements I'm using. Make it customized to what happened on yours, okay? And then why might there be a difference? So this is whatever reason you can come up with. Say because right? So I wrote because every time you flip the coins, it gives you a random chance. Oop, didn't mean to put that. It's impossible to get the same results every single time, right? So whatever reason you can come up with. Okay. So guys, remember this is 30 points. It tells you how many points each part is worth here. So please make sure you pay attention to that when we grade. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.